Hello and welcome to EV Focus Now, and today on our level 3 quick charge topic we're going to discuss the top 3 changes in my opinion, and I want to be clear, in my opinion, to improve the Mustang Mach E. The Mustang Mach E is a fantastic car. I love what Ford did with it. I'm glad they gave it the Mustang name. They were bold with their approach, and I think it works. I really am impressed. But there are 3 things that I think that could improve the Mach E, and I want to share those with you now and get your opinions and comments below of what you think could be improved on the Mustang Mach E. Obviously, everything else that I don't mention I think works really well. So these 3 things are things that I think they can make the Mach E better, and maybe they can fix it in the future possibly. First of all, if you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing and hitting the notification button so you don't miss out on my next video. It really does help the channel. So, number 3, wider tires. So, the fact that it is a Mustang means performance. Mustang stands for performance, power, speed, and EVs by design give you power and speed. But these tires are very thin. They're not very wide at all tires. And that to me kind of affects the look of the Mustang Mach E. Now, I drove and owned a BMW i3 at one time, and so I know what skinny tires are about, and they're about efficiency and handling as far as their electric range. They increase electric range, aerodynamic, things of that nature. But what this highlights the fact that Ford did not go with a wider tire is their efficiency numbers, that their battery is not as efficient, obviously, as some other manufacturers out there. Tesla, to say the least. But there are other manufacturers who have decided to, despite if it costs them 5 miles of range or 2% or whatever, they're going to go with a better looking, more aggressive look. The Audi e-trons all have wide tires. The Porsche Taycans all have wide tires, and of course the Tesla models. Tesla is not shy about putting wide, aggressive tires on their vehicles, which overall makes it looks better to me anyway. And I think the Mustang, maybe we'll see it in the GT model. They have wider, more aggressive tires, but I wish they had done that on the basic first edition and standard range models. Maybe not on the standard range, maybe you don't get it, but at least the first edition or the Route, California Route 1, they should have put more aggressive tires. So that's number 3. Number 2, the charging curve. I don't know if you're aware, this car is estimated to charge at 150 kilowatts max speed, which is fantastic. But if you're not aware, it's not really how fast a car charges necessarily, but how fast it maintains that charging speed, what they call the charging curve. That's the real key of it all. Now, recently I watched a video on Alex on Autos. I love watching his videos. If you haven't watched him, make sure you look him up on YouTube. He purchased a Mustang Mach E for his long-term review fleet, and he did a charging test just the other day, and he started off charging at 11% percent left in the battery. Now, maybe he could have got it down 5%. It'd be a little better test, but 11% he was pulling from Electrify America, 120 kilowatts. Now, Electrify America is hit or miss, but I will say that the plug-and-play system did work. He plugged it in, it's initiated the charge, and it worked seamlessly. So that's great, because Mustang, Ford anyway, said it would do that. However, once he got to 42% state of charge, we started seeing the percentage decline, the charging rate decline under 98 kilowatts. So, and then it started decreasing more and more. So the charging curve, I think they can increase and make it a little better. Will it be as good as the e-tron? Because the e-tron is one of the best charging curves out there. I don't know, but I would love to see it maintain at least over 100 kilowatts of charging, at least to 65% state of charge. That would be better than what we're getting right now at 42%, where it starts to drop. So the charging speed would be a thing I would increase on a Mustang Mach E, especially when you talk about this car taking some long distance road trips. The charging speed, how long it takes you to charge, are key. You want it to be more of a 30-minute stop versus an hour stop. So that's very important to keep that in mind. And the number one change I think they can make in the future with the Mustang Mach E is the 15-inch infotainment screen. Now, that is the centerpiece. When you look at that car, that center 15-inch screen sticks out. I think they wanted it that way. It's obviously what the Model S and X have with Tesla, but their screen's integrated into the column, where this one is just sitting right there. It's a big, touch screen sitting right there on the dash. And it's fine, but I don't think they needed to go 15 inches. I think they should have went 12 inches because, one, I've heard reports that, hey, some people who are taller, I'm 5'11", it hits their knee. The bottom of the screen hits their knee when they're sitting there driving. And I can see that happening, of course. Second of all, a lot of the screen is not being used because the Mustang Mach E has a second screen over the steering wheel, which I prefer and like. They don't need a bunch of information to be available on the main screen, the center screen, like Tesla does on its Model Y and 3. So there's more stuff going on the screen, so they need a bigger screen. If you look at the Mustang, it's got information there, but it's a lot of empty space there. A lot of big tiles with just a little bit of information. The fonts are a little bigger. And I don't think they need all that. I know they did it for effect, but I think it will look a lot cleaner and a lot better if it was a smaller 12-inch screen versus the 15-inch screen. So that's another thing I think they could improve and make a little better. We don't really need the volume knob below. That's a nice little novelty. But, most people control their volume when they're driving by the steering wheel. They're just going to adjust the volume there. So again, you look at that bottom spot where the volume knob is, all that could be gone. That's 3 inches, 2.5 inches right there. You can take off, make the screen a little bit more compact and a little more practical. So I think it will be a much cleaner and better look. But there you have it. The 3 top changes to improve the Mustang Mach E. I think these things, if they can get these corrected or improved, it will make the car much better. But I'm very impressed with the Mustang Mach E, and it is on my list as one of the cars I'm looking at later in the summer, maybe to replace another vehicle of mine. We'll see. Don't forget to, if you are thinking about buying a new Tesla Model Y or Model 3 or S, don't forget to use my referral code right here. You'll get free supercharging miles. I'll get free supercharging miles, and we'll both be traveling the highway, traveling free with supercharging miles and not paying a cost. So don't forget to use that referral link. And in addition to that, if you're interested in driving the newest EV out there, electric vehicle out there, I don't know if I want to call it a car, but it is definitely something that can go up to 1,000 miles on a charge. If you get that model, it's the Aptera. Please look it up, Aptera.com or Aptera on YouTube. It is a fantastic electric vehicle out there. I have a reservation for one. If you want to get a reservation, it only costs you $100. Use my referral code right here to reserve your Aptera. The $100 is refundable if you decide not to get it, but at least you'll be in the queue and in line if you decide to go forward with it as we get more information about this vehicle's launch later in 2021. Anyway, that's it. Thank you for watching, and when it comes to EVs, remain focused. Bye-bye.